Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. My name is Jessica Felix. I am a student at UNEMI University, pursuing master's program in teaching English as a foreign language, cohort 2024. I am part of group number 12. Thank you for being here today. I'm delighted to introduce my amazing team. Brian Paez, Yvette Reyes, and Diana Trejo. Together we'll be sharing our insights on a powerful educational tool, as you can see on the screen, Webquest, an engaging and interactive tool to reinforce knowledge. During this session, we will learn what Webquest is, how it works, and the ways it can make learning more interactive and impactful. We have organize our web quest in 5 sections. Number 1, introduction. 2, objectives. 3, content. 4, assessment. And 5, conclusion. Now, let's get started with the first section with my classmate Brian Paez. Introduction.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. For this webinar, we will use the Webquest website to create our web quest. In our browser, we will search for the website, and once inside, we register. I recommend you registering with your Google account, so click on Sign up with Google. Once registered, the following appear. How you can see, this website gives us 3 days of using for free. If we want more, we have to pay the subscription. Let's continue. Click on Create. We will be in the My Widgets section, where all the activities we create will appear here. To create a new activity, click on Create New Widget. In this section, we see several activities that we can make apart from the web quest, such as quiz, crossword, worksheets, flashcards, etc. All these activities, we can add them in our web quest. Click on web quest. Finally, we are in the web quest, uh, where, as you can see, there are the 5 tasks that were mentioned before. Let's start with the introduction. In this section, we will give a brief description of the topic to, to guide our students what they will find in our web quest. Also, we can add images or videos to increase their interest in the activity. Thank you for your time. My classmate Jessica will explain another tab of the web quest.
Okay, to select the right objectives, we must carefully consider several important aspects to ensure they are meaningful and effective. These aspects include 1. Focus on alignment, 2. Prioritize curriculum, 3. Ministry of Education guidelines, 3. Consistency, 5. Educational framework. Um, what does mean focus on alignment? In this part, we as a teachers, we should ensure objectives match curriculum goals. In the part number 2, prioritize curriculum, we must address key topics outlined by the Ministry of Education. In the part 3, Ministry of Education guidelines, we must follow official standards and expectations. About consistency, we must maintain coherency between teaching plans and curriculum. What about the last part, educational framework? In this part, we as a teachers must base planning on established national priorities. When we planning and designing objectives, it is crucial to break down the components in clear and structured way. This involves identify key uh, elements to ensure alignment with curricular expectations and student needs. These elements include 1. Curricular threat. In this part, we must point the specific area of focus. Number 2. Topic selection. Here, we must clearly define the subject matter. 3. Skill identification developed. We must highlight key abilities that our students will develop. Number 4. Measurable language. We, as a teachers, must use precise, actionable terms for our objectives. The last part, student outcomes. Here in this part, we must specify what learners are expected to achieve. Okay, let's continue using the Webquest tool to create objective examples on the topic of wildlife. Here, as you can see on the screen, we could write examples as follows. Identify key characteristics of wild animals, lions, polar bears, rhinos, leopards, giraffes, pandas, meerkats, and elephants. Recognize natural habits, behaviors, and diets of these wild animals and how these aspects grant their survival in the wild. Analyze the role of humans in wildlife conservation. As we can see on the screen, objectives should be student-centered, achievable, and encourage critical thinking. So, the Webquest tool makes it easy to integrate these objectives into interactive inquiry-based activities, fostering meaningful learning experiences. Now, let's continue learning more with my classmate Yvette Reyes.
Okay, so let's continue with the content. So the first recommendation that we have for you is that you can create folders in order to organize your information. For example, I can write here a folder for a specific class or a topic. The second recommendation that we have for you is that you need to create previously all the elements that you will add to your web quest. This useful tool lets you create quiz, memory game, puzzle, crosswords, so on. Let's explore this tool. To insert the text, this is really similar when we use Word. So here we have the same options. What we can insert is these elements. We can insert images, websites, audios, widgets, table, or video. In this case, we have created a previously a memory game. So if we choose widget, then we go to the first, we will find the memory game. To create this memory game, first we introduce the title and the pairs. So to create the pairs, you have several options. You can include text, image, and even audios. So we have the opportunity to develop listening skills with our students. Another important thing is that we can have a preview. So in this case, this will be the result or how our students will receive this information. Then you can add the text, images, and continue with the activities. Remember that if you want to insert the image, the first thing that you should do is click in this icon and then select Insert and choose Image. We can insert images from three parts. We can choose image from our computer, we can import it from the Google Drive, or we can find it online. In this case, we can see that if we pick online, we have a variety of images. To design a puzzle, you can pick the image, and the recommendation is not to add too much pieces because it could be difficult for our students to complete these activities. In this case, we added 4 horizontal pieces and 3 vertical pieces. Here we include the popular game, the Hangman. So we wrote the word that we wanted our students discover and the complete alphabet. Also, in instructions, we include a description. Another important thing that we can include is the audio. So in this case,
they are powerful hunters who chase after their...
We found an audio and we download this audio in our computer. So it was to insert the audio from our computer. You can record the audio if you, according with what you want, the activities that you want to complete. In this part, we add the text, but we design a kind of fill in the blanks exercise. So in this exercise, they have to listen and then complete with the words that they heard. Here we have a crossword. So to design a crossword, we just wrote the word and the description. Remember, anytime you can see the preview to see the final result. We can add videos. In this case, we added a video from the internet to make this activity easier for our students. So you only have to copy the link and the video will appear in this section. Finally, we include a quiz, but it is a kind of trivia. To do this activity, you have a variety of options like multiple choice, long answers, short answers that you can explore in this part. You can see that you also have activities like to develop subjects like maths. This is really useful depending on what you want to what you want that your students complete. Okay, so now we will show you a video with the final result of our Webquest. Okay, so here you have the final result of the memory game. They have to match the pairs. The puzzle. So this kind of activities motivate our students to continue with their process of learning. Let's remember that the important thing is that you can explore this tool. You will find different tools that will help you to present all this content in an interactive way for our students.
Lions are big cats that roar and rule. Lions live mostly in Africa, where the sun is hot and the grasslands stretch far and wide.
Okay, so this is a different way to present the content and motivate our students to participate and complete all the activities that we have planned for them. For them.
My favorite animal.
Listen the story.
Remember that is a good option for our students who needs to complete the process of reinforcement. So in this way, they can complete this process. Okay, thank you, and let's continue with my classmate Diana. Okay, let's listen to Diana. Please, your microphone, Diana, before start. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Everybody, I'm going to talk about next section that you can find in the Webquest, the assessment. The assessment in the Webquest is the moment in which the fulfillment of established objective and the performance of the students in the activities are analyzed. This stage is essential since it allows the assessment of both the learning process and the final product developed by the students. Um, to make an assessment in a Webquest, we can find and follow some elements like criteria that in which we can take for advantage that we can specific indicators are defined to measure the performance, and these indicators should be aligned with skills, knowledge, and competences that we can have that our students develop with these activities. Also, we can use rubrics. Using rubrics to detail levels of performance for each criterion. Another is objectivity. The assessment is fair and evidence-based. Consider aspects like content, like creativity, collaboration, effort, etc. And also feedback. Give constructive comments to our students, highlighting strengths and areas that need improvement. It's important because our students need to know this. Um, Assessment in the Webquest not only focus on grading the final product, but also on assessing the development of the skill as a general. Another section that we can find in this Webquest is conclusion. This session is where the learning process is closed, um, allowing the students to reflect on what they have learned and value the importance of these activities that carry out. It is also a space to reinforce the objective achieved and give the sense of closure to the task. Also, we have to find some key elements to create a conclusion in the web quest, like synthesis of learning. In this, we are going to summarize the knowledge, the skills, the competence developed during our web quest. The reflection. We have to invite to our students to reflect on their experience, highlighting what they have found interesting or challenging through these activities. Future projection. Motivate our students to apply what they have learned in the future situations. And also, we can end the conclusion with a motivational phrase to reinforce the importance of learning and the effort made during the activities. To sum up, the conclusion provides meaningful closure, consolidating learning, and encouraging continued interest in the topic explored that make the student want to know more about that. So this is the important information that we as a group we share with you. If you have any question, please let us know on the chat box. We are grateful for your attention and your time. We hope this presentation has been clear and provide valuable information for you. I'm going to say thank you so much and see you soon. We are group number 12.
Okay, we have no questions, so thank you very much and thanks again. Bye bye.